Using song lyrics and other creative art as evidence in court, one state lawmaker wants to make it harder to do with a new bill. Atlanta News first political reporter Doug Reardon is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse tonight. Doug, this debate played out on a national stage inside that building where you are.
Yeah, hey Blair, it did. And you know, that trial is still going on. There was even some movement on it today. But throughout the case, 17 lines of rap music were allowed to be admitted as evidence in this case, trying to prove that a group of artists were actually tied to a criminal street gang that exhibited a lot of violence over the years. And so this lawmaker's bill is trying to make that harder to do. It's asking, when is it art and when is it evidence? A central focus in the YSL trial, lyrics, which prosecutors say prove violent acts committed by the people who wrote and rapped them.
Sometimes it's confessions in music.
But State Representative Casey Carpenter says sometimes it's just music. His new bill would require attorneys to convince a judge before a trial starts that entering lyrics as evidence is relevant to the case.
If you say you're going to go shoot Johnny on a rap album and you go shoot Johnny, obviously that's probably should be used against you. But if you're just, doing your thing, just like every other musician's been doing their thing for the last 100 years, you should have some protection, First Amendment protections. So.
Carpenter's name doesn't just include music. It sets a higher threshold for dance, performance and visual art, even poetry, literature, and film.
Just because it's on paper or on lyrics or on the screen, it doesn't mean it's true. And it doesn't mean it's a confession.
Attorney Suri Chada Jimenez worked on the YSL trial for months and hopes this creates a little more thought around when something is art and when it's evidence.
In country music, there are many times where there's domestic violence, there's murders, there's things that happen that are crimes, and we are singing about them in a first person to tell a story. Okay, it doesn't mean a confession.
17 lines of rap were admitted as evidence in the YSL trial. Carpenter wants to make sure when that happens, it's for a good reason.
We're just saying let artistic folks be creative without having to look behind their back every time they said something.
And Carpenter, who chairs the state's Arts and Entertainment Committee, said there's a bigger problem here, too, that has to do with money. He's worried that if artists are fearful of something like this happening, they could leave Georgia's thriving entertainment industry for another state that may have these laws in place. In downtown Atlanta, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.